All right, so I probably shocked you with the title, given how I do speak against Trump here and there. And there's two ways to read that he's the best president that we could possibly have right now. And it isn't really as much as he's doing such a good thing personally or for me. It's more about that when he started with the whole drain the swamp thing and this and that, honestly, I don't even think he's necessarily draining the swamp as much as he is boiling away a lot of problems, or a lot of problem candidates, senators, whatever, congressmen that we've had for years in holding up anything. We always wondered why nothing was getting done on the border. We always wondered if the exactly where the Democrat Party is going. With him, to be honest with you, he's like the boiling water or whatever that just basically burns away all the freaking, all the bull crap, and you can see people for what they really are. Nadler, Pelosi, Cortez, the Democrat Party as a whole, the Republicans that voted against Kavanaugh, the Republicans that totally vote against any kind of border security that looked like it just happened over there in the Senate. We're seeing this. I honestly feel like it's a group that's sort of like the Tea Party probably needs to come back. And every single Republican that voted against that border wall needs to be primaried immediately. Any one of them that voted against Kavanaugh need to be primaried immediately. Any one of these Democrats that you see that are coming with all this socialist bullcrap, any one of them, they need to have someone run. We need someone to run against them. And I'm not just saying Republican. I'm talking about even if it's a Democrat, as long as it's not a goddamn socialist. I don't really care about parties. I just care about what makes sense and what doesn't. I honestly believe that this dude has exposed everyone for what they are, be it the right and the left. It has exposed that there are absolute idiots that vote for Republicans and for Democrats. People, low information voters. There needs to be some kind of questionnaire, or a random questionnaire, that when you go into that voting booth, you need to be able to answer some goddamn questions. Because if you can't, which most people can't, then you should not be able to vote. Flat out, I don't care. There needs to be some kind of bipartisan, whatever. You need to be able to cite some specifics, some bullet points on certain laws. Yeah, I'm serious. It's ridiculous that there are people on the right and the left that are absolute idiots and will absolutely vote as long as there's an R or a D by its name, or they will believe anything. This whole thing with the impeachment inquiry, it comes out to be nothing. The lies at this point, the lie is around the world. And the truth, and forget still putting his shoes on, the truth is still freaking laid around sleep to these people. Trump administration says, yeah, we'll put out the transcript. They say, no, that's not a transcript. Trump administration said, yeah, we'll be fully, they keep moving the goalpost. Over and over. Because let's be honest, when Rashida Tlaib and all these other people come out, even before the dude was, when she says, we're going to impeach the mother effer, this was before any of this even happened. So they already have a narrative that, or they already have their minds made up. When you already have your mind made up on something, you can take anything as the reason that you're willing to do it, that you're willing to go through with it. He has exposed everyone. Why are we surprised that nothing was getting done? He exposed the UN, the Iran nuclear deal. He exposed all this crap. He's exposed, let's be honest here, the climate change people. Once again, all they have done is the same thing in the same playbook. The biggest polluters in the world, they do not go after them. They go after us and tell us that we need to enact socialism. Almost like the same play in the book when it comes to gun crime and gun violence and stuff like that, and crimes that they never bring up the black on black shootings that happen every single day. They bring up the one white individual that goes off and freaking kills them. They never talk about anything that happens in all of these cities when mass shootings of epic proportion. What was it, September 3rd to August? What was it, August 30th to September 5th in Cleveland? 7 people killed over that. 30 some odd people wounded. No care. There's no care there. But the minute somebody white pulls the trigger, the right person pulls the trigger, now we got a freaking problem. They've played that. This is the same playbook that they've been playing for years. They're doing the same thing. Why are you surprised that they don't go after the biggest polluters in the world? Why are you not surprised? Why are you not surprised that if they were really worried about black lives, that they would go after not saying that you don't go after or you don't do that, just like in the climate thing, you don't sit back and say, well, we're better than China on emissions, so what we'll do is we'll just sit back and just no. China is putting on quietly, it said on CNN, quietly putting online a lot of coal plants. No one cares. Quietly in Chicago, Baltimore, Cleveland, all of these cities around the country, somehow quietly everyone misses the fact that hundreds of black lives are being freaking lost every freaking weekend and no one cares. Now, the minute somebody El Paso happens, now there's a problem. Same with the climate thing. If it doesn't fit their narrative, they're not going for it. He's just boiling it all away. He's not draining the swamp himself personally. These people, the Trump derangement syndrome, in my frank and honest opinion, is making people tell the freaking truth on themselves. People will believe anything. You put it on Twitter, you put it on Facebook, these people will believe anything. So yeah, I do believe that he's the best president we can ever have right now. He is, because he's doing, if anything, he is just showing where everyone really stands. Or what people really are. Who really likes this country. These people are flat out saying, we don't like America now. America sucks. They're saying all this now. They're saying all of it now. We always had we always said, man, I wonder if this person that does not like the country. I wonder. You don't even have to wonder anymore. They're outward with it now. Because we have Trump derangement syndrome on our side to be able to show us. Now, just like Neo looking down that hallway and seeing nothing but ones and zeros, seeing nothing but code, that's what we can see now. Everyone is actually showing their code and what's programming them and what program they're running. We can see it now. He's the freaking I swear to he's the freaking when he said he's starting to believe. Yeah, that's what he is right now. When Neo finally puts and just understands, believes that okay, that's what we're seeing right now. Ones and zeros. We see what everyone is operating on, be it the right or the left. So, like I said before, they need the primary. Every single one of those Republicans that voted against that border funding, there needs to be a certain. I think at this point we almost need it to where we need it to be where the congressmen, senators, and all that, they don't need to be paid anymore. In these days of fast travel and everything, we can get you out. We can, on an American taxpayer dime, we can get you out to get a vote in. But it needs to be the way it was way back when the country first started. Those people worked regular jobs. When it was time for them to go vote on something or whatever, they went over and actually went to Washington, whatever, and voted on it. That's the way it needs to be now. That person can be in Washington within a couple hours, wherever they are in America. So I don't want to hear that they need to be paid or anything like that, because now we have people that are only voting to protect their seats in Congress and the Senate. It's bullcrap. Anyway, that's my thoughts on it. Comment, like, share, subscribe.